Hello everyone. It's been a bit since I've uploaded, huh? But can you blame me? With the 2.0 update coming out, along with the Happy Home Paradise DLC, I've been a little bit preoccupied. And how can you not? Nintendo really did add a lot into the 2.0 update. I mean, all the new features, all the old features, and all the new faces and some old faces as well. And I'm not just talking about Tortimer. They brought back many faces from the older games. However, it's not just special characters like Captain and Harriet. They brought back some previously removed villagers, 8 to be exact. And while it is awesome to see all of these villagers return, apparently this is just a small fraction of the villagers who have yet to return in Animal Crossing. As a matter of fact, there are apparently still 75 villagers that have yet to return to the mainline Animal Crossing games. Now, 75 is a lot, and I highly doubt Nintendo intends to bring back all 75 villagers into New Horizons, or any future installments. But I personally feel that there is a possibility of them adding even more of these removed villagers back into New Horizons. I mean, why not bring back some of these villagers? Some of them are just as, if not even more interesting and unique than some of the villagers we have available in New Horizons right now. And even if Nintendo said no more big updates for New Horizons, I still feel them adding more villagers is a possibility. So that is what we're doing today. In today's video, we are going to be building a wish list of removed villagers we want Nintendo to bring back into Animal Crossing New Horizons, or any other future Animal Crossing installments. And since there are so many villagers to choose from, I decided to reach out for some help on this video. So everyone, I want to thank our guests for helping us out with this video, as we are joined by my fellow YouTubers, LordRespawn and EmSwizzle. Now I feel that these two are very underrated and deserve a lot more attention here on YouTube. They make great content, a lot of it's Animal Crossing related, and a lot of it's also just gaming related. So everyone, I ask you, after watching this video, please go over to their channels and subscribe to them, go give them support. But please, first stay and watch, as myself, LordRespawn, and EmSwizzle count down our 15 villagers we want to return to Animal Crossing New Horizons, or any other future Animal Crossing games. Let's get started.
Yo, what is going on, guys? And so here today. Huge thank you to TheBigOReview for allowing me to be in this collab along with LordRespawn. I appreciate you guys so much. Today, we're talking about our top 5 villagers to make this big top 15 list. Now, I've chosen some villagers from the past games that have not returned to New Horizons that I really love and hope that they come back. So, let's get into it. Now, our first villager is a cub who is a jock, and that is Poco. Now, Poco, once again, cub, jock, and he's so cute. This is definitely my favorite on this entire list. I would love for him to come back. I feel like he would be a amazing fan favorite in the series, but if he got, you know, more recognition. He's not in New Horizons, which makes him kind of a undercover villager. People know of him, but he's not in New Horizons, as mentioned. So he doesn't get all the hype, but I'd say that maybe he'd be as big as Sasha. Poco seems like a very lovable character, and I hope that one day he can return. Now, the second Animal Crossing villager that I hope returns is Iggy. Now, Iggy is a jock that is a goat, and he's so adorable. I would for sure have him on my island, especially because he's a jock. I feel like he'd be good friends with Billy, the other jock goat. They could do their jock exercises together, and it'd be amazing. I love Iggy a lot. Blue goat, white mustache. You can't really go wrong there. I mean, he is very unique from the other goats, and I feel like that we need a few more goats in this game, especially one like Iggy. So that's definitely great, and hopefully one day, somehow, somewhere, Iggy does return to the future Animal Crossing games. Now, the third Animal Crossing villager that I hope returns is Dozer. Now, Dozer is a lazy villager that is a bear, and he's super cute. In the picture, I love that he's like sleeping, as his name is Dozer. And what's even funnier is his catchphrase is a bunch of Z's, which is obviously sleeping. Dozer, sleeping picture with a bunch of Z's as his catchphrase. That's actually that's actually great. I love that so much. But I feel like Dozer would be a very cute villager, especially being a lazy would make him even better. I mean, it's we need him. There's not much to say. We need Dozer. Dozer is great, and I'm sure Dozer would be a fan favorite as well. And also another bear would be amazing. I don't believe that we got a new bear with the 2.0 update, so it would definitely be cool to see another bear arrive to the game. And I mean, Dozer, my friend, I offer you a formal invite to my island, so feel free. Now, the fourth Animal Crossing villager that I hope returns is Belle. Now, Belle is a cow villager with a peppy personality, and Belle is, I gotta say, if Belle somehow, some way comes back to the future Animal Crossing games, or just in a different update, hands down, the cutest cow villager, and maybe even top 20 cutest villagers in the game. But that's just my opinion. The cutest cow. Now, if I'm being honest, we don't have a lot of great cows in New Horizons. We got, you know, none actually come to mind right now. It's not a good thing. We have 4 cows. Naomi, Norma, Patty, and Tipper. Not a fan of one of them. If we had Belle, that would fix our cow problem. I don't know who designed these cows, but rehire the one that designed Belle, because that's what we want. That's what we want. Belle is beautiful, and hopefully she does come back. Now, our fifth and final Animal Crossing villager that I hope returns is Yodel. Now, Yodel has an amazing design. He is a lazy gorilla villager, and I love the way that he looks. And you guys know, for those who are a fan of my channel, I love my lazies. I love my lazies. It's my favorite personality. But Yodel needs to make his appearance back to the game. I feel like he would be one of the better gorillas. We have a few good ones. We have Louie, and Louie. I feel like Louie is the best one. Al and Pee-wee should just be cut from the games. Put in Yodel. He can fix the Animal Crossing gorilla reputation. So I'd say definitely add him in. Soon. We've seen the villagers like Rio and Fret and, you know, villagers from the past games return. So why not bring in some more? Maybe in the next Animal Crossing game. Who knows, but Yodel would be a great addition. And so yeah, that is my 5 villagers adding on to the top 15 list of villagers that I wish would return to Animal Crossing New Horizons or a future game. But yeah, once again, big thank you to the Big O Review and LordRespawn. You guys should definitely go and subscribe to them and show them tons of support. But yeah, let's move on.
What is up, guys? LordRespawn here. Want to give a huge shout out to the TheBigOReview and EmSwizzle for allowing me to join in on this amazing Animal Crossing collab. Obviously, make sure you check them out if you don't know already. They're incredible creators and put out amazing content. But with that being said, I'm here to tell you guys about my top 5 villagers that I think need to return to the world of Animal Crossing, especially joining the island life in New Horizons. So let's jump right into it. My number 1 villager that needs to come back, in my opinion, is Wolf Link. Now, Wolf Link, for those of you who don't know, is based on the wolf from Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which is my favorite Zelda game of all time. It is the first Zelda game that I beat 100%. For those of you who don't know, if you come over to my channel, I talk about it all the time. Like, Twilight Princess is incredible to me, and Wolf Link just embodies that entire game. The fact that they made the collaboration for Wolf Link to join the Animal Crossing community in the world of Animal Crossing is just phenomenal to me. And, you know, he was only featured in 1 game, so they brought him back in New Leaf. You would unlock him using the Link, Wolf Link, or Zelda amiibo when they added the amiibo expansion. And it was just incredible to me, not only that they did it Zelda, but the fact that they made a collaboration with another series within the Nintendo kind of landscape and really just brought in new villagers based on other characters. I think that that is a severely underused feature that they've done in the past, and they really need to bring it back. They have so many different IPs that they could do this with. Don't even get me started on Pokemon. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. But Wolf Link, I think the combination of all that is just really, he's my number 1. I would love to see Wolf Link join my island in New Horizons. Number 2 is Champ. Champ is one of those villagers that I don't think a lot of people really know who Champ is, especially if you join the community for New Horizons. Well, I mean, a lot of these you're not going to know if you just joined, but Champ is a jock monkey villager and appeared in Wild World and City Folk, but did not appear in New Leaf, and honestly, I just need answers. I don't know why they didn't bring him aboard for New Leaf and New Horizons, but Champ also actually appeared in the Animal Crossing animated film. For those of you who know or who are familiar with that, if you haven't seen that film, highly recommend it. Just do a Google search. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere. But the last thing about Champ, outside of his just incredible looks, I love the fact that he resembled Porter almost identical. It was almost identical to Porter. And who was that? For those of you who don't know, he was the NPC who resided in the train station and, was just iconic in the series, right? I think a lot of people, he's one of the first people that you meet in City Folk and Wild World, and really is just an incredible character. And the fact that there's a villager that closely resembles, I think that they just need to bring him to New Horizons. For number 3, this one's a little bit different. So Kit, just an incredible villager. I mean, honestly, there's so many questions about Kit that I just want to know. So Kit's a jock villager, only appeared in the expanded version of Animal Crossing on GameCube that was exclusively released in Japan. Yeah, I know that's a lot there, so I'm going to guess that, probably 2% of people who play Animal Crossing right now or who are watching this video have actually seen or heard of Kit. The only way to get him was to use his e-reader card. Now, what is an e-reader card? It's basically the equivalent of an amiibo card, but back in the early 2000s or whatever the time frame, a long time ago. And like I said, there's just so much that we don't know about Kit. I love his design, and I just think he would fit well, like in the island life. I think he would love being on an island, and he's just one of those villagers that I think, again, was underutilized and should have been brought to the other games. And who knows? Maybe one day we'll get Kit. Number 4, we have Inkwell. This is going to be similar to Wolf Link in the fact that Inkwell is based off a previous game. I'm sure you could guess. It is based off Splatoon. So Inkwell is a jock octopus. Obviously, squids, Splatoon, it just makes sense. He's orange. It's based off that main color from the original Splatoon game. Orange was one of the 2 colors that they kind of launched the game with. But again, this was another villager that was added during that New Leaf amiibo expansion. One thing that's cool about, Inkwell is his house had all unique Splatoon gear. It had the blasters, it had the spawn point, it had the different wallpapers and floorings and things like that. Just incredibly cool and incredibly unique that they kind of paid kind of tribute to the Splatoon franchise. And I think it would be even more relevant to have Inkwell or a few different squids or octopus in the game in New Horizons, especially with Splatoon 3 coming out around the corner. So another time that Nintendo used that feature of bringing other IPs into the game as villagers, and they really just need to expand upon it. It is a missed opportunity, in my opinion. And number 5, we have Sven, and honestly, he's just a cool looking villager. I don't really have very many details about him. He was only in one game, only in the original Animal Crossing, also the Japanese expansion, but only in the original Animal Crossing game. He's a lazy goat. One other thing is he had an e-reader card as well, so you could kind of access him that way. And he was in the original Animal Crossing animated film. The reason why I like him is he just kind of reminds me of like a village elder. Someone who's seen a few things, someone who's, been there for hundreds of years, if you will, and just knows all the ins and outs and has wisdom for everybody. And honestly, I think it would be a cool addition to have a villager like this on an island, and just bring that kind of olden touch to your island. I don't know, I really like him. I like his art. I think the blue is really a unique color, and it just kind of really stood out to me as a villager that I think definitely should be brought back to the franchise. So with that being said, those are my top 5 villagers that I absolutely love and want back in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
So to start off, I am picking Aziz, the jock lion villager. He was featured in the first few Animal Crossing games, but doesn't appear in Animal Crossing Wild World, or any after that. I have Aziz up here as not only do I think his design is pretty cool, I mean with that deep blue mane and everything, and that's saying a lot for me as I usually am not a fan of the lion villagers, but when I was a kid playing the original Animal Crossing on the GameCube in my first village, he was my best friend. This pick may be a bit more nostalgic than my other ones, but he was my childhood best friend in the game, so I'd love to see him return in New Horizons or any future games. And since I'm a big fan of the old e-reader cards, which I feel give every villager more personality, I'll read his e-reader card. Aziz is a high-dying rug collector. This exotic lion has collected more than 20 different floor coverings, and this collection continues to grow. Now if he would just buy a chair, he could sit in his home and enjoy those rugs. Alright, next up we have Alina, who is a snooty elephant villager. They appear in Animal Forest Plus as an islander. She reappears as an islander in Animal Crossing and Animal Forest E+. I generally like elephant villagers, but I feel that bringing back Alina would be an awesome and unique addition. I really like her design. It pops out and she has a red dot on her head, which is known as a bindi, which is a colored dot, or in modern times a sticker, worn on the center of the forehead, originally by Hindus, Buddhists, and Jains. Traditionally, the area between the eyebrows, where the bindi is placed, is said to be the sixth chakra, the seat of concealed wisdom. The bindi is said to retain energy and strengthen concentration. The bindi also represents the third eye, and honestly, I like these kind of details in Animal Crossing. References to traditions from other places around the world is always fun. Heck, that's why I'm such a fan of Avery. Villagers that have appearances to real-life traditions are some of my favorite. Heck, even Shino, the subject of my last video, is in this category. So yeah, I like her design and her references to traditions. Though before we read her e-reader card, you can probably notice that Alina's bindi on her head is gone on her e-reader card photo, for an unknown reason, most likely due to localization. And if she comes back, I say she needs to come back with her bindi on her head, as I think her reference to those traditions really makes her more unique. Okay, here is Alina's e-reader card. It's hard to tell if Alina is trying to be motherly, grandmotherly, or just bossy, and big sisterly. But there's one thing for sure, she's not afraid to tell you where you've gone wrong. Okay, so my number 3 is the jock pig villager Hambo, who has only appeared in the first 4 Animal Crossing games. I really like Hambo, mainly just because he's a pig version of Rambo. Honestly, his serious look makes him stand out, as most villagers just always look so happy and cute. A serious villager like Hambo would really be a unique addition to all the other villagers. I really love his design, his house, and I think he would be really cool in New Horizons. So I hope one day Nintendo will add him back into New Horizons. I think a serious pig like him could use some quality time on an island. And of course, before we continue, let's read his e-reader card. Hambo started wearing his headband when he practiced boxing. Then he started wearing it all the time. He said it's because he never knows when he's gonna want to practice, and who can argue with that? Also, I might want to add, another removed villager named Hector, a jock chicken villager, is apparently Hambo's best friend. As according to Hector's e-reader card, Hector and Hambo are best friends. They spend a lot of time sparring and training at Hector's house. Hector says it's because he likes to use his own equipment, but it's well known that Hambo is, well, a pig. So maybe if Hambo returns, maybe Hector should join too. Hector isn't a pick of mine, but just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so number 2 on my list for villagers I want Nintendo to bring back is Twerp, a cranky bird villager whose last appearance was in Animal Crossing and Animal Forest E+. Now let me put it bluntly, Twerp seems like a jerk. Just a grumpy middle-aged villager who wants nothing more than for those dang kids to stay off his lawn. I mean, just look at how cranky he looks. And his e-reader card backs up his grumpy appearance. Twerp has been in a sour mood ever since he lost the feathers on his head. He even became a wig maker, hoping to create a natural-looking feather enforcement for his shiny noggin. Would someone just tell this guy that bald is beautiful? Yes guys, always remember, bald is beautiful. I mean, just look at Mr. Clean. And honestly, this is a big reason why I want her back in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Villagers that have character like this are my favorite. The ones where their appearance alone make them stick out. And to be honest, it's kind of fun to have that old and grumpy villager. While yes, everyone wants a super cute villager, I believe a lot of people would love to have a grumpy middle-aged man as a friend on their island. Maybe it's just me, but grumpy villagers like Twerp would add a lot of fun interactions in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And the man has gone bald, okay? He seems upset about it. Let's just get him an island home so he can finally relax. So I hope to see this cranky bird finally relaxing on a beach soon. And my number 1 villager that I want to return to Animal Crossing in the future is Flash, a cranky bird islander, who really doesn't seem that cranky at all. Firstly, I love Flash's appearance, as Flash is a very dapper looking blue bird. Now I love O'Hare's appearance, and a lot of that is due to the hat he wears. And the same goes with Flash, as I'm a big fan of his straw hat. But above his appearance, I also believe a villager like Flash would be perfect for New Horizons. As his e-reader card states, Flash dreams of an eternal summer, when he welcomes you to his island paradise. You'll be taken in by all the smooth talk, relaxing, swimming, surfing. Actually, it does sound like the perfect life. Flash is an islander, like Alina, as they would show up on Animal Island, which would only appear if the player connects to their town's island via the Game Boy Advance, on the GameCube for Animal Crossing and Animal Force Plus and E+. With that, they can then interact with the islanders that would be on Animal Island. And of the 36 islander villagers, 24 have returned, including some favorites like Anka, Dobie, Bud, O'Hare, Marina, and Rattle. But for some reason, the bird that loves island life more than these other villagers hasn't returned in New Horizons. I think this is a crime. Just look at him, and read his e-reader card. Flash is a cranky villager who only wants to enjoy an eternal summer on an island paradise, and he enjoys relaxing, swimming, and surfing. Flash was pretty much built for New Horizons, and yet he's nowhere to be seen. I really hope Nintendo brings back Flash, a smooth-talking, island-loving bird who just wants to enjoy life. He's pretty much perfect for New Horizons, and I feel a lot of people would fall in love with his unique design and his island-loving attitude. I know I would. So everyone, those are my top 5 villagers I want to return, and these are our top 15 villagers we want to return in Animal Crossing New Horizons, or any future Animal Crossing games. I hope you guys really enjoyed this list, and again, I really want to send a huge thank you to LordRespawn and EmSwizzle for joining me and helping me with this video, listing our top 15 villagers we want Nintendo to bring back in Animal Crossing New Horizons or any future games. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please go over to LordRespawn and EmSwizzle's channel and show them some support. Again, they are very underrated channels who make great content. And if you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you are new, please subscribe for updates on future content. Are there any removed villagers you guys would like to see return? Let us know down in the comments. We look forward to reading them. But again, guys, I just want to thank you all so much for watching the video. I will see you next time, and have a happy Turkey Day, everybody.